Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to Season 6, Episode 10 of The Impossible Dream with Bala, our bid to try and win the Champions League with the Welsh Club. And today we are playing a blue team from lower division Welsh League in the Welsh Cup third round. And then we are playing Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League, the final group stage game. And if we were to win, which is unlikely, but if we were to win, we could find ourselves top of the Europa League group. And whoever would have thought that could happen. Now, we start on Damien Allmark because there was a question at the end of last episode from Gordon Bell about Damien Allmark being close to Bus and Brew's all-time goal-scoring record, and I thought, that must be true. Unfortunately for Damien, he scores a lot of his goals in non-league games. He he has 24 league goals. But I did go through and sort of add up the other goals from the season's tallies down here, and he has 58 overall goals. But, as I said, he hasn't been playing that much in the league, so he's only got 24 of them in the league. And if we do just have a sort of quick refresher here of the records, Boston Brew's all-time goal-scoring record is 69 goals. So he's a little ways off that, long ways off that, to be honest. But, as far as all-time goals go for the club, he's sitting there at 58. So he's getting there, but not quite there just yet. He'll get there. Alright, we have two games to catch you up on before we get to today's games, starting with a game against Cefn Druids. We took the lead when Ap Gareth picked out Damien Allmark at the near post. But Cefn Druids caught us on the break to draw level before half-time. However, Curtis Owen got a first Bala goal to seal the points, and it was a stunner. So there we go, we scraped the win, a goal in the league there for Damien Allmark, but what a winner it was by Curtis Owen. It was a relatively even game, one that I kind of felt we controlled, but you can see there, they did have a threat, despite the fact we had most of the possession. But yeah, Curtis Owen, what a way to get your first goal for the club, that is, son. Next up, we played FM20, another game in the league. We took an early lead when Simic crossed for Ewan Dixon, and then stuck away the rebound. And we were 2-0 up when Adam Maurice crossed for Dixon. Rhys Williams added a third after the break, before Tony McLean got a fourth from the spot. So a comfortable win this one. Simic with the early goal, Dixon, Rhys Williams and Tony McLean with a penalty at the end there. We really seem to have the wood over FM20, and it's a strange one because if we look at the league table, they're not a shocking team. They're sitting up there in fourth, but we just seem to really smash them every time we play them right now. But there we go. We can see as far as the league table goes, we're walking it up. We were 9 points clear, 16 games played. The league just kind of is what it is, as I said. We'll use it to develop young players. I suspect we will drop points at some point just because I am using young players in it. You can see we're not necessarily running away with games, but we are, on our day, just still the best team in the league. But today we are putting the league to one side. We are playing this team, the blue team, in the Welsh Cup first up. And then you can see there the Europa League table. If we were to beat Bayer Leverkusen, now they only beat us 1-0. In the first game, and I'm pretty sure we're playing at home today, aren't we? We are playing at home. So they only beat us 1-0 away. So if we were to win, say, I don't know what we'd need to win by, say 2-0, which is unlikely, yes. But if we were to do it, we would top the group. But I think my main concern here, the game says we've already qualified from the group. The only thing I can think of is that's away goals against Galatasaray over the two games, because it was 1-1 at their place, 0-0 at ours. But anyway, we'll wait and see what happens on that front. The important thing is we are going to be playing in Europe after Christmas. But let's have a look at what we're doing here against the blue team. You can see we are overwhelming favourites for this one. We don't know anything about them. They play in I don't want to say a Mickey Mouse league, but they don't play in a professional league. Let's have a quick look at the team that we're sending out. And it is Rima Miles in goal for this one. It is Granger. A first look at Gretason on the channel, I believe. I don't think he played last episode because he wasn't registered, was he? So he comes in for this one. Maybe not adjusting to life too well in Wales, but we'll get those attributes going in the right direction. But a first look at him with KDH and Jenkins as the back four. It's going to be Owen and McVeigh in midfield. It's Connolly, one of the youngsters, the young midfielder that's come through our academy. He's going to get the start on the right with James Waite in what may well be a YouTube farewell appearance for him. And the other youngster on the left-hand side there, Sean Davies. And we're going to send Allmark up top. And we're looking to give farewell appearances on the bench to Denny Gossé, Henry Jones, and Luke Boston Brew as well. Ideally, all three of those guys will be leaving the club in January, and we're sort of December 7th in game right now. So, this may be the last chance we get to see them. Pick up where you left off. Come on, lads. All right, let's just pick up where we left off. Some calm, we have faith. And, let's get going. And here we go. Usually these third round ties in the Welsh Cup, if we get a lower league team, we have in past seasons, we've won it quite comfortably. So hopefully that will continue here. And yeah, it's a good opportunity to give some of the youngsters a start, particularly Connolly, who's looking increasingly like he could be a star for us. Wait here with the corner. Decent ball in. It's headed off the crossbar from Sean Davies. That would have been a first Bala Town goal for him as well, I believe. But not to be. Another corner. James Waite again. Again, it's decent. Again, it's there, and it is Sean Davies that gets it. I thought it was Gretterson, but it's not. Davies on the post has nicked the goal off of Gretterson. Either way, it's the first goal of the club for somebody, but it's the young winger, Sean Davies, that gets his first for the club. It was a towering header from Gretterson, wasn't it? A really good header, and Davies is there. It needed his touch, to be fair. Gretterson, that header was going wide, and Davies knocks it past the goalkeeper, and that's a wonderful start to the game. It's always good to get a new goal scorer at the club as well, particularly someone that's a youngster like this that could actually turn out to be a useful player for us. Long ball forward there, picked up by Jay Jenkins. KDH with the ball at his feet. What's he going to do? Out there for Jenkins, in for McVeigh. We're still sort of training McVeigh in that sort of deeper sort of regular midfield. There's a good ball for Allmark. Is he onside? Yes, he is. What a run and pass. James Waite. That's sort of vintage James Waite there. And Allmark beat the offside trap. Like I say, that's a wonderful pass from James Waite. Let's have another look at this. Good movement from Allmark, and he's just ducked back onside, hasn't he? Just ducked back onside. Calm finish as well. That's 2-0. We've barely seen anything from the blue team yet. And a 10th goal this year for Allmark. Only just, it was really good movement off the ball, actually, wasn't it? And a nice finish there as well. I think what the plan is here at second half, we'll bring on Gosset, Henry Jones and Bussenbrew, see if they can, sort of, as I said, give us a bit of a farewell performance. It's a decent ball from Jenkins. Allmark's there, and Allmark has himself a double. Could Allmark be about to get a first half hat-trick? The annoying thing now is that we're going to always have to give him a little bit more time, aren't we, in the second half if he doesn't get it before we can bring Bussenbrew on. But yeah, we'll just kind of see how we go. The January transfer window, I am going to try and strengthen if I can. The problem that we have is that we have all this money that we can spend, but I don't want to go and spend £1 million on a player because it's a big chunk of... It's still at £1 million is still a lot of money for us, even though we can afford it. Here we go, James Waite over a free kick. Thundered off the wall. He's going to pick up the rebound, and here we go with McVeigh. Also, I was saying you're getting McVeigh to play that more deeper role there. Connolly with a nice cross, and it is Davis off the crossbar. I tell you what, he's got a goal, but he's hit the crossbar twice as well. Another corner, James Waite delivered in. Gretterson at the back post, and it's Earl's Allmark at the back post. And that one goes over. Another free kick. It's all one-way traffic, isn't it? And KDH this time over the bar. Let's give him some more praise. 22 shots in 35 minutes. That is not bad, is it? James Waite again. Another corner. Again to the back post. And Gretterson again off the crossbar. It's hacked away. And we continue to pile on the pressure here. Another corner for James Waite. Gretterson deserves the goal, I think. He's come so close. Sean Davies this time retrieves the slightly overhit corner and plays it off the defender for another throw-in. And are we going to continue the highlight here, or is that going to be it? No, but we do get another highlight. Jay Jenkins with a throw in there for Connolly. The youngster. Back to the other... They're all youngsters these days, aren't they? Jay Jenkins. Can he get a ball down the line for Connolly? I tell you what, it's like the Red Sea. It's opening up there for him. Here we go with Connolly now in a good area. Cross blocked. Picked up again by McVeigh. Jenkins, the right back, really wants to get involved here. Here we go, McVeigh. There's Jenkins getting forward again. Can he get a cross in? He can. It's Allmark, and it's still there for Allmark, and Allmark gets himself the hat-trick. 39 minutes, 40 minutes almost it took. 12th goal of the season. Allmark with the hat-trick. Bussenbrew now can come on at half-time, guilt-free from me. And there we go. We'll give him a little bit more praise. And it really is. It's what you expect from the Welsh Cup third round, really, isn't it? It's very much the pros against the amateurs. And the postmen, the bakers, and the candlestick makers are on the end of a little bit of a hiding here, aren't they? And to be fair, it's kind of what we'd expect. Here we go. Can we get a fifth goal before the break? Granger with a throw-in. Waite has it. Back to Granger. What's he going to do? Nice ball there for Davies to play into a little bit of space. Davies! Oh, and Sean Davies gets himself a second goal now. It is 5 before the break. And we are on track for double figures. Now, it very rarely happens that the second half is as good as the first half, but maybe, just maybe, if we make the 3 subs at half-time, we'll see a better second half performance from us. Well, not a better, a continuation, I should say, of this first half performance into the second half. But Sean Davies has himself a double on a hat-trick now as well. And there we go. All right, so let's tell them. What do we want to tell them? What if I try an assertive? Don't get complacent here, boys. Let's just go on assertive. I'm very happy with that, boys. Let's get on the legends. Boston Brew, Henry Jones, Denny Gossay. What an honour for the young Curtis Owen to get to play with the legend that is Denny Gossay. So let's play you as a supporting midfielder. Henry Jones as the Henry Jones as the playmaker. Let's do that. Let's just leave it. Yeah, let's just leave it. That's fine. Let's tell them in the team talk that, come on, boys, put on a display for the fans. We have faith in you all to go out there one last time with 0 match fitness and look like absolute legends. Excuse me, the legends that you are. Hopefully we won't get an injury. Of course, there is always a risk that one of these guys who haven't played a game since about this time last year will go and pick up an injury here. We'll try and demand a little bit more to start the second half. We have allowed a shot, and yeah, wouldn't you know it, it's what tends to happen in the second half after a good first half. The team, it looks like they've clocked off. Jenkins there, cross into the box. It's there for Sean Davies on a hat-trick, of course. Back for Granger. Can he find Boston Brew? Back for Gossay. Is he going to shoot? No. Granger, Owen, Gossay. Back to Owen, back to Davies. They're very, very compact. Davies goes past his man. Davies shoots. Looking for the hat-trick. But on this occasion, just over the bar. We'll give him some praise. There we go. Here we go, Denny Gossay. Can he sign off with a classic? No, it's saved, is it, by the keeper? Just let that in, mate. Don't you know who you're up against? Gossay now with a corner. Gossay knocks it in. Decent. It's headed away. Is it? Yes, Boston Brew over the bar this time. Let's keep giving them praise. Let's see if we can get one of the legends on the score sheet. That would be nice. Another corner. Denny Gossay to knock it in. Can we get Boston Brew on the end of it? We can! And Boston Brew! One last time. Luke Boston Brew gets a goal. First of the season. And well done, Luke Boston Brew. 6-0 on the night. And that just Gossay to Boston Brew. That is, how many times have we said that down the years? And for one last time, we do get to say it again. All right, now we just need Henry Jones to do something. We've, really not had a great second half, have we? We've really, let's try maybe to show some passion for the last shout here. Can we get one more goal? A Gossay or Henry Jones goal would be a thing of wonder. Of course, Sean Davies on a hat-trick as well. If there was a penalty, I think I'd have to take it off Davies, give it to Henry Jones or maybe Gossay. Here, have it, Gossay. Have it. Oh, you got to shoot, mate. Be more selfish. And it's Connolly. Callum Connolly, Gossay with another assist. I mean, let's face it, Gossay gets the assist, doesn't he? And Callum Connolly gets his first goal for the club. Youngster came through the academy, and it's great to see him on the score sheet as well. Let's give him a little bit more praise. I thought Gossay was going to unleash one there, but credit to him, not being selfish. Goalkeeper maybe could have done a little bit better there, but Callum Connolly gets his first Bala Town goal, the Ginger Ninja. And how close was it to offside? I tell you what, I've seen... maybe it looked a little bit closer than it was. All right, Henry Jones, it's your turn now. Come on, let's get a goal for Henry Jones. Here he is on the ball, back to Granger. Granger for Davies. Davies blocked. I think he was looking to go to Henry Jones there. Surely we're not going to get done on the break. KDH wins the header though. Down for Gossay. Gossay over the top for Boston Brew. Can't win it. Henry Jones though knocks it on for Callum Connolly. Connolly for Boston Brew. Luke Boston Brew's in and Luke Boston Brew scores. He's still got it, doesn't he? 2 goals now for Luke Boston Brew. Suddenly he's on a hat-trick as well. It's 8-0. But the score doesn't really matter on a day like this, does it? It was almost a Henry Jones. Henry Jones with the assist to the assist. Boston Brew, a nice ball from... look what that finished. Composure from Boston Brew. Maybe he does still have a role to play in this team, but we've moved on, haven't we? But there we go. A really, really good performance. All marked with a hat-trick. Davies with a double. Boston Brew with a double. Just a really, really good day out. And of course, let's not forget Danny Gossay with his two hat-tricks, 2 assists as well. Excellent stuff there. We smashed them to pieces. We have got Airbus UK in the 4th round at home, so you'd like to think we'll get the better of them. There you can see they're a division down as well, so that shouldn't be a problem. Allmark with a first half hat-trick. I wonder how many he could have got if it wasn't for Bus and Brew. And the Tony McLean, okay, so we were trying to, McLean's contract was up at the end of the year. I was trying a sneaky bid to sign him as he's at the end of his contract, but Celtic have woken up to that, and that won't be happening clearly. Alright guys, wait right there, we have Bayer Leverkusen up next. Can we beat the Germans? Okay, welcome back. Now, a little bit to catch you up on before we get to the Bayer Leverkusen game. Curtis Owen, you may have seen after the last game against the Blue Team that his agent requested a new contract. We've given it to him. He's a good young prospect for us, so we've signed him down for the next 4 years. Hopefully, he will continue to develop up into sort of a really, really good midfielder for us. Because as a club-trained player, it would obviously be very useful for us if he becomes sort of someone that is able to be sort of registered and relied on in Europe down the line as well. So that's one contract that has been signed. The other one is Dan Williams. We've signed him to an extension, only £550 a week. Again, just a 2-year extension. But I think he's someone that's going to be useful, even if we get to the point where we don't need him in Europe over the next few seasons. He's a very, very solid player who'll be able to put into the league games to play in sort of midfield alongside Curtis Owen or some other youngsters and rely on him to get the job done. So he's been a good player for us since we signed him. Was it 2 seasons ago now? So yeah, he's here for the next 2 seasons as well. So that's all good news. But the big news is we have our Bala Town youth intake preview. So yeah, we can see here there are a healthy number of new fullbacks in the pipeline. There are a lot of wingers in the system. Now, notice I say a lot, not good. We do have one forward, however, that is considered a fine prospect. That is a good young Welsh striker from Bala who's caught the eye. So hopefully a little bit more pressure up there. If we don't need strikers, that's the annoying thing. We're very, very well served, but, we'll take a good youngster where they come from. There's no good defensive midfielders. We haven't got any new wing-backs. The full-backs aren't the best, so there's a lot of them, but they're not the best. So that's annoying, isn't it? Most of the centre-backs don't look like they're going to make the grade. That would suggest that if there was maybe 1 or 2 that will. Most of the new central midfielders don't look like they'll be good enough for the first team. The next crop of wide midfielders don't look like great prospects. Most of our attacking midfielders coming through don't look to be at the standard. There are few good wingers in general, but there are a lot of them, but they're not good. And this is not a great group of young players. Now, considering how much effort we are putting into our facilities and trying to get young players through, we've got exceptional academy coaching and exceptional youth recruitment. That's a little bit annoying. But hopefully, I mean, the thing is, as we get better and as our star rating goes up and the players that we get in are better, then the youngsters coming through have to be naturally, that much better again to look like they're going to compete. But still, I think that's a little bit frustrating. It doesn't look like there's too much. Maybe just a striker that'll come through, but that's better than nothing, isn't it? All right, we are about to face Bayern Munich in a game, as I said, that could mean we top the group. It could also mean that we go... I don't completely trust the game that we've qualified. But anyway, they are the favourites this one, and rightly so, I would suggest, as a Bundesliga team. We don't know too much about them, unfortunately. I need to start learning up some of these other leagues. I keep saying that every time, don't I? But we can see there, this is how they played against Galatasaray. They're very high up the pitch and a little bit opened, I would suggest. So, yeah, we'll kind of see how we go from there. This is a team that we're sending out, and it is... what I think is our strongest team right now, certainly amongst the fit players. Riemann Miles goes in goal for this one. We're going to keep Granger in at left back. I just think, as good as Burke is for us, penalties and whatnot, Granger physically is really, really good. Never mind better. He's actually really good. I just think maybe we need the defensive quality there from Granger for this one. It's going to be Reece Williams, Gosling and Branthwaite to make up the rest of the back four. Daniel Williams with new contract goes in as the defensive midfielder with Sam York and McLean. Declan Wright goes down the right side. Middleton goes down the left. And we're going to give Stewart another game up top. This time just as a poacher. He's quick. He's good off the ball. He can finish. Just get me some goals, mate. So both teams come lined up in a very, very similar formation, which is maybe a worry because I would suggest they have better players than we do. What do we want to say to this? Go out there, pick up where they left off. All right, let's... do we say, I fully expect you to win this match? You know what? I actually know. You know what? In the press conference, I built up revenge. I know a lot of you to key what happened over... Yeah, so let's go out there and get this revenge. Let's just calmly tell Riemann Miles there's more to come. Let's calmly tell Dan Williams, don't get yourself sent off as you have a habit of doing. We don't want early yellow cards for Williams, do we? Because, yeah, it doesn't usually end well. As ever, we are going to be just sitting back, trying to soak up the pressure to start with. We will look to go at them a little bit more if we need to later on. I did switch, having seen their heat map there, I did switch us in, but just before, while the game was coming in to start here, from exploit the flanks to exploit the middle. They were very, very exposed, I guess is the word, weren't they, across the field. So I'm hoping that we might be able to get at them through the middle, though we do have our better players in wide areas. So maybe we'll just won't tell them to do anything. We're passing into space just because we're playing on the counter-attack, so that's typically the best thing to do. Not much by way of highlights. We do have one now, though, after 34 minutes. Is this going to be a Bala Town highlight, or are we about to give the ball away and find ourselves 1-0 down? Williams to Williams, back to Williams. Reese across there for Gosney. What can Gosney do? Galatasaray is 1-0 up, so we're going to get an idea here if Bayer Leverkusen do score, if we are actually qualified for the group or not, to get out of this group or not, I should say, whether we parachute down. McLean there with a good ball for Middleton. Middleton's in some space. Where's the poacher? Where's the poacher? It's nowhere to be seen. Declan Wright can't get to it. It's hacked clear, and suddenly we find ourselves in a little bit of trouble here as they... Oh, go away. Go away. How does he do that? And just like that, we find ourselves 1-0 down, and it's a hope that kills you, isn't it? I thought we were going to be, a chance of a goal. It's just a boot clear. It's nothing more than that, and it's caught us out. And Rima Miles just kind of sat down and waved at it, didn't he? Now, I didn't see us going down to second in the group after that, so hopefully we have actually qualified. Sam York gets the corner away. McLean is there, nicked off there by Granger. Can we win the header? We can, Stewart, but unfortunately can't win his own flick on, which is fair enough, if I'm being completely honest. We do find ourselves under a little bit of pressure having gone behind here. What we don't want to do is do a double 1-2, and there it is. We've done exactly what I said we don't want to do. Let's tell them to show some passion, and just like that, though, I feel the game may have just got away from us. We do have the option. I did put Ewan Dixon on the bench. We do have the option to go to a number 10. We just didn't pick him up, did we? And again, I think it's a case of... That's Gosney, but I just... At this very, very top level, we're just not quite good enough, are we? We've got another corner to defend here. Come on, boys. Let's show a little bit of quality here and not collapse in a heap, please. Gosney there with a header away. Second ball in, and Leon Bailey, and we have collapsed in a heap here, haven't we? We've conceded one, and then we've absolutely fallen to pieces. Let's try a concentrate, perhaps. Though at 3-0, I fear the tie is done. We don't need to see that again. And come on, boys, this I will become very annoyed if this continues. It has, No, is it going to be offside? It did look, I was going to say, it didn't look quite right, but the way we've collapsed in a heap here, it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, no, he was quite a ways offside. That has not gone to plan, has it? So I'm going to be aggressive here, boys. That's just not good enough. We've demotivated Reese Williams. More to come from you, please, mate. More to come from you, please, Connor Gosney. Middleton's had an absolute nightmare. Let's just go back to exploit the flanks. And just kind of see where this brings us out to. Yeah, I mean, it's one of these, isn't it? I mean, Bayer Leverkusen are obviously the better team. It's frustrating to have just sort of collapsed in a heap, but let's see if we can maybe, even if we just win the second half. Here we go, Middleton with a little bit of space to run into. Maybe we should have been exploiting the wings the whole time. Can Middleton find a teammate? He can. It's Stewart. Oh, he's done it. Michael Stewart, the poacher, does it for us. We should have been exploiting the flanks the whole time, you moron, Aussie villain. Why didn't I stick to my original plan? And that's what happens sometimes when you look at heat maps. You can start to outsmart yourself a little bit. Just keep it simple. Go down the wings, get balls into the box. That's what we've done. And Stewart with a good finish. He is the best finisher at the club. 5th goal of the season. It's 3-1. And is the comeback back on here? I still haven't seen us say that we've dropped down to second in the group. So I'm assuming, because 3-0 is going to decimate our goal, would have decimated our goal difference. Now we find ourselves needing to defend at the other end. It's another header away. And can we get a foot in here somewhere? The fact we didn't, that's a bit cheeky from them. There's no need to do that, boys. We know you're better than us. Come on. And yeah, Vollard is having a day out in Wales, isn't he? That's his hat-trick, I believe. Gosney with a good header. We didn't get out to him. But to be fair, there shouldn't be too much... Look at that angle. There shouldn't be too much need to get out to him from that angle, but he's done it anyway. All right, suddenly the game looks like it's opened right up. McLean back to Granger. Granger back for Dan Williams. What's Williams going to do? Turns on the ball. Nice little cheeky back heel there for McLean. McLean, I don't quite sure who he was aiming for there. It was not really to Declan Wright or to Branthwaite. That finds Branthwaite in space, though. Can he get across into the box? He goes back for Dan Williams. Williams. Looks like he's going to trip over the ball, doesn't he? Back to McLean. Back to Dan Williams. Williams. He loses out. Of course he does. Because you were too predictable there, mate. Vollard's in. Vollard's going to get 4, isn't he? Oh, it's a good tackle back there from Connor Gosney. And that was good stuff. Rhys Williams is having an absolute nightmare. Most of the team, to be fair, is having an absolute nightmare. Will demand more as the highlight starts. Granger with a throw in. It's headed away. Granger should get to that. He does. Ball back there for Williams. For Sam York! Oh! We've seen him score those before. And it was a chance there on the biggest of big stages to whack one in, but he's missed his opportunity. All right, do we want to make any changes here? Let's take right. Oh, he's having a nightmare. Let's get Simic on out there on the right. The other players that aren't playing well are defenders for the most part. Granger hasn't particularly worked. Neither fullback's playing well, so that suggests we need to change the way we're defending. How are we defending? Let's maybe try defending with a little bit more width, shall we? Let's go get stuck into them as well. Although maybe that's not the smartest thing to do, because if we get a sending off, it will carry over, of course, into the knockout rounds now, won't it? But that's okay. Let's do it anyway. Why am I praising them? What an idiot. What an idiot. Is there anything else we want to do here? Doesn't particularly look like it. Galatasaray's taken the lead again. And yeah, doesn't look like anything's changed there. So, outclassed by Kevin Vollard, really, wasn't it? A bit of a collapse at the end of the first half there. And then we scored the goal, and 2 minutes later they sort of cancelled it out. So, it was one of those today. Learning experience. What do we want to say? Not good enough. Youthful Bala Town come unstuck. I did think about saying, yeah, it was one of those days, but really, let's not say that it was. So there we go. We have qualified from the group, though, so that is an outstanding achievement. So obviously the away goals over Galatasaray do make the difference. So that was a Connor Gosney header. Who got the goal in... It was a Connor Gosney header in Turkey that gets us through the group in the end. So that's excellent stuff. And I should have mentioned, too, before, that game against the blue team was actually a club record for us. There it is there. Bala Town have set a new club and Welsh Cup record with their 8-0 win over the blue team. The previous record was our 7-1 win over Brimbo. That was, way back in the first season. And our previous record win was 7-0 against Gap Connors Key. So, record was seen this episode. And, yeah, we got a little bit of a hiding in Europe as well. There we go. If you have enjoyed that, guys, please do hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. And we will be back next time for... where do we want to come back here? Maybe the festive fixtures. We've got a New Saints doubleheader in the league. There have been a bogey team pretty much since day one of this series. We have a chance in the festive fixtures to put those demons to rest, and in the process almost wrap up the league, I'd go as far as to say. So until then, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me your comments, what you think we can do different in Europe, if anything, or if it's just kind of how it is. And I'll see you next time for the New Saints. Take care.